What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And I've got a very cool knife for you guys to take a look at today. This is the Grambeau knives Russ. This knife was designed by a man named Grambeau. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I think it's Grambeau. He is Australian, and he had this knife OEM by Bitster. This was a pre-order done earlier in the year. Price on these was like $280, and he is going to be doing a second pre-order of these in the first half of 2023, according to his website. So this was apparently a very popular pre-order, and I see why. Thing's a very interesting knife. Done some things differently than I've seen on any other knives also. Let me give you the specs on it real quick, and we'll do some size comparisons and talk about a couple things about it. All right, overall length of the knife is, let's do my trick here now that I can do this. I keep forgetting. Overall length of this knife is 8 1/4 inches. The blade length is 3 1/2 inches. The weight is 4.8 ounces. The blade stock, I don't know, so we're going to check it. Pretty thick, 160 I'd say. 150 thousandths blade stock. Handle thickness, a little over 1/2 inch, 0.53 inches. So this is a full-size knife. There is a lot of milled out area inside this knife. You can see, if you look up here at the top, you see where they've milled that out, and to get the weight down. And then the really interesting thing about this knife, first off, this has a different style pivot, and it comes with a tool. Where's that tool at? Get it here. It comes with this tool. It's basically just an Allen tool, an Allen wrench that you use to take the pivot out. Wow, that's loose. Very loose. I haven't adjusted this at all. Let's see here. Yeah, it definitely needs to be tightened up a little bit. Interesting design though. So it only goes in one side. Only tighten it from this side. So, but that's one thing different about it. But here's the other thing that's really different about it. Look at this piece right here, right? So this is basically a frame lock, but it looks like a liner lock. But this is actually a frame lock where they've milled out the frame on the lock bar side, and then this is a separate piece here you see milled. This is a little inlay right here that sits over top of the frame lock, so you don't have to worry about lock bar pressure, which is a very interesting design. I like that because you don't have to, even lefties are going to be fine with this, although this pocket clip is not reversible, so I guess not. They've also left a landing pad there on that little inlay. So you can see here, see where they've left it flat there, so this rough texture does not get caught on your pants. It's nice and smooth there, so when you put it in your pocket, you shouldn't have any issues at all with that going in and out of the pocket. And it goes in and out of the pocket very well. So one thing I am trying to understand about this knife, and I can't figure it out. I don't know what this is. So I try to figure out what this hole is for. I don't know. I've looked online, try to figure it out, and nothing that I see explains why this hole is here. Yeah, some knives, you lock them open. I don't think this is that, because I shone a light in there. I don't see like anything you could thread through there to lock the blade open, but I guess that's a possibility. And it also has some additional holes drilled through the back here. Not all the way through, but you see that little, they've drilled a little hole there and like a little hole there. Looks like you could put a lanyard pin or something in there, but you don't need a lanyard pin because you've got that to put a lanyard on it. So some things about this knife that I don't understand, especially that hole right there. I can't for the life of me figure out why that hole's there or what in the world it could possibly be for. And it's going all the way through the titanium. Goes all the way through. Yeah, I don't know. If any of you guys know what that is there for, please comment below and let me know, because I can't figure it out. Yeah, thumb stud deployment, which is fantastic. The D10 on this knife is perfect. And I did ask the designer about this, if this is meant to be a front flipper, and he said no, it was not intended to be a front flipper at all. But you can easily front flip this knife, so kind of like the Spyderco Shaman, I guess. It wasn't intended to be a front flipper, but it just works. If he does another round of these, since it works so well as a front flipper, I would recommend doing a little finer jimping right here and taking it up over the top a little bit, if you can. Yeah, you can go over the top a little bit before it hits that stop pin. Yeah, you can go up over the top just a little bit right there and make it finer jimping, make it work even better as a front flipper, although it works really well as it is. Now, let's do some size comparisons real quick. Zoom you in here. All right, what are we gonna do here? How about the Spyderco Paramilitary 2? It's gonna be very similar in size to the Paramilitary 2, almost identical in length. What else we got here that's pretty big? How about the Benchmade 940? A little bit longer than the 940. How about the Spyderco Yojimbo 2? Quite a bit longer than the Yojimbo 2. How about the Artisan Cutlery Centauri? Very similar in length to the Centauri. Very, very similar. Or the Bestech Nixie. Quite a bit longer, probably almost an inch longer than the Nixie. What about we do the Damn Designs Fenrir? A little bit longer than the Fenrir. Actually, let's go ahead and do the other Grambeau, the Assetto. This is another one of Kane Grambeau's designs, the Assetto. And there is a pre-order going on for this right now, a second pre-order. This one's fantastic. I do have an overview of this knife on my channel also, if you haven't seen it yet. And you can pre-order that one right now. And they're also doing a frame lock and a liner lock version of this pre-order. So how about this one? The God of Mischief. Quite a bit longer than the GOM. How about the Weird Knives Lucas P? This does have a nice hollow grind on it, by the way. The Lucas P, maybe think about it. Lucas P has a better hollow grind than the Russ, but the Lucas P is done by Riat, and this is done by Bestech. Riat definitely does a better hollow grind. Here's a tactile rock wall. It makes it look pretty tiny, actually. Here's the Chris Reeves small Savenza. And we'll do a couple of the regulars we always do here. Got to do a bug out. Got to do a bug out. The Benchmade bug out. Spyderco Para 3. QSP Penguin. And we'll throw one more out there. How about the Sharp by Design Mini Tempest? So, should give you a good idea on the size there. It's a big knife, but surprisingly under 5 ounces. It looks like it would weigh more than it does. They've done a lot of skeletonization in there, especially on the show side. It's completely skeletonized. They did as much as they could above where the lock bar is. It's skeletonized up here. And this is really interesting design here, how they did this to basically make it a frame lock that you don't have to deal with lock bar pressure. I like it. I do not know, again, I don't know what this hole's here for. I can't figure it out. I don't see any reason it needs to be there. I mean, you can see it coming through right there, right? It makes no sense why that hole's there. It's like it was an accident. See it coming through right there? And then I don't know what these two holes are back here for. Right there's one, and right there's one. Like a standoff or something could go in there, but there's really no need for a standoff with this big standoff that's already there. So kind of odd. If anybody knows, please comment below, especially that hole. What in the world is that hole there for? Or is that just an issue with manufacturing and they just let it go? I don't know. I don't know. On the pictures on the website, they don't even show this side of the knife. They only show the show side. So ergonomics are fantastic on this knife. Really, really good. And the action is freaking amazing on it. Detent perfection. It's a fantastic knife, especially if you like a bigger knife. Bigger than anything I would ever carry personally. But yeah, it's done extremely well. All right, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.